everyone. Welcome to the talk show where we're exploring latest technology trends. I am Shahima, your host, and joining me is Apoorva, our associate director. This is part 1 of our series where we are going to discuss how business process automation is contributing to sustainability. As business increasingly prioritize environmental responsibility, business process automation emerges as a pivotal solution, reconciling sustainability with efficiency. BPA minimizes ecological impact by streamlining processes and reducing waste, fostering environmental friendly practices. Embracing a robust environmental social governance stance at organizational level not only aligns with the required ethical obligations but also enhances cost effectiveness, establishing a significant correlation between resource efficiency and financial performance. So, Apoorva, how is automation enablement leading to achievement of sustainability initiatives through substantial reduction in carbon footprints?
Thanks, Aima. I think that's a very great and relevant question for today's times. The relevance of BPA in the context of sustainability. So I think there are multiple points that come to my mind. Let's start with the most obvious one. I think the reduction in the paper consumption. BPA obviously it yields environmental benefits, notably most in the context of cutting down on the paper requirement, digitizing the processes, eliminating paper, and obviously conserving trees and minimizing the waste. Right. For instance, if we are embracing the invoicing activity where millions of invoices are getting generated, for example in the BFSI sector, obviously it obviously goes beyond just saving millions of trees. What it actually does is obviously it's eco-friendly, but there's more to it, right? Digital documents, they obviously enhance the data selection, data storage, and data management policies of the organization. They make the data accessible. The overall sharing of information is much more lucid and flexible, and obviously there is a workplace efficiency that is enhanced to a next level. I think securing the data on the cloud as against storing it on some hard disks or storing it obviously on the paper, it obviously mitigates the risk of loss of data. So advantages of using BPA are in the context of increasing the environmental efficiency, as we mentioned, but also there is the streamlined operations and increasing enterprise operations that is at stake, I think. Let's move forward. I think lowered energy utilization is another thing that really needs to be focused on because physical document storage and transportation is bypassed. What happens is the consumption of energy compared to the manual methods is way less. Obviously, there is a reduction in the overall energy consumption and obviously the carbon footprint, not to mention, is also reduced significantly. So just to give you an analogy, I think BPA can be thought about as the energy efficient light bulb or the LED bulb illuminating the business landscape with a which saves the precious and life-saving resources. Next one, I think this is one of my favorites. So drastic minimization in the e-waste generation, right? No matter how much we talk, we're talking less about e-waste generation, especially in the current times that we live in, right? And yes, a better way to look at data storage is to up your ante from the paper-based storage to digital storage. But again, the digital storage involves hard disks, and once they outlive their lives, what to do about them? How do we discard them? That's a big issue, and that is where I think if cloud-based solutions are being used, then obviously it minimizes the e-waste associated with the thing, and I think frequent hardware replacements can be avoided, again leading to obviously minimized carbon footprint. Moving forward, I think supply chain operations again can be benefited a lot from BPA because multinational corporations, they aspire to integrate various ethical labor practices and environmental responsibility within their supply chains. Now, one of my personal favorite topics, hyper automation, I think it facilitates this by optimizing the inventory management, reducing the warehousing demands, and fostering sustainable practices, or fostering the environmentally sustainable practices. The last one, but definitely not the least, I think process mining, right? Everyone is talking about process mining, the things that can be created with the help of generative AI, going into process mining, combining with process mining. Process mining obviously also helps a lot in reducing the carbon footprint substantially, because by analyzing the transportation, energy usage, waste data, and all the associated processes, I think the carbon footprint can be significantly reduced. I think identifying the high impact processes, the energy intense processes, enabling the targeted improvements, aligning the sustainability initiatives or objectives through these data-driven process understanding, I think it goes a long way, right? Moving forward, I think process mining also serves as a key enabler for authentic emissions insight, fostering more or less a transparent accountability which is needed for mitigating again the global the data and carbon footprint challenges. In a nutshell, I would say that process mining, which is deeply rooted into the data analysis psyche, it unveils a plethora of operational insights, identifying the relevant bottlenecks and the appropriate deviations. And as such, this approach genuinely streamlines the workflows, it minimizes the waste, controls the carbon footprint, and basically, most importantly, it cultivates an environmental or an improvement centric culture for enduring the sustainability. I think that's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Apoorva, for joining us today. This is Shahima. Stay tuned for part 2.